Hello. My apologies. I'm late. Late. Oh dear. I do apologize. Please forgive me. It does. It does happen. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, let me see what's going on. I've got to make sure everything is spank dab beautiful. We got me going live here. Right? Am I live? Let me see what's going on here. I just want to make sure I'm okay. Oh, there's a lot of people here. Yes. Hello. How is everybody? Okay, so regarding problems with the channel stream, we have a lot going on over here. It looks like there's a lot of competition here in Portland. So I guess that's part of the problem with the stream. I did upgrade. Is that what they call it? Upgrade? I don't know. I put up a new MAOS, whatever. So hopefully that'll help with the stream. But the problem is I am in an extremely crowded downtown Portland, Oregon. So my apologies if the stream is weak. Yeah, that's what's going on. I could try doing a 420. That might help. But they're saying the stream is actually strong. The problem is interference from, it's a crowded channel. I'm on channel 1. I don't know how to change channels. Let's see what's going on here. Systems settings. Apple account suggestions. Okay, that's nothing that has anything to do with this. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I'll never figure it out. I need somebody who knows computers to figure out. No, the internet is healthy. I've checked the stream and oh, is that what people do? Split the stream? I don't know. I haven't a clue. But nothing, I don't think it has anything to do with my internet because when I switch to Verizon, it's worse. When I switch to the internet that's available in the building, it's worse. So they do have internet available in like museum. I don't know. The point is that it's extremely crowded inside this building, and that the problem is they're running Ethernet. People are using the fast mesh lines, and then a lot of us are using our own individual Comcast. And so what happens is, according to what I could figure out, because I ran a diagnostic, there's too many people draining the lines and blocking. There's too many buildings. So I've got a lot of interference, and I've got a lot of, but this is, I just up, and the computers are new. I got this computer less than 2 years ago. This is from, this is a Mac. So the equipment is new. The internet is fine. It's just this building is really, gosh, so many people live in such a small area. And there's literally, I can see a condo across the street that I was considering purchasing. That's how condensed this area is. Because I was looking to invest maybe like a 2-bedroom. And it's so weird because it's like I'm just here and it's like, oh, there's something across the street. There's something down the road. There's something here. There's something there. Like that's how condensed museum, like that's how condensed this whole area is around Multnomah. Yeah. How are you guys doing? How was your Passover Seders? Excuse me, Seders. I'm over my cold and everything. If I cough, it's because I have water down my throat or something. I have no sinus infection. The allergy's been taken care of. The cat's been laundered. Nothing is going on. I no longer have a sinus infection. All the problems I was having before are gone. So if you hear me coughing, it's because I just got something down my pipe. Anyway, how is everybody? Well, I understand why people left and got annoyed. I'd get annoyed too if somebody was coughing chronically. It just cured itself, but I did use I did use natural medicine. In terms of getting rid of the sinus infection, I did a steam bath. I'm an herbalist, and the steam bath, if you guys want to write it down for sinus infection, I put in elderberry flowers. I put in thyme, bay leaf, sage. I put in the Greek herbs, and then I poured boiling water and then put it over. And then I think I might have done some essential oil as well. And then I breathed it, and then the vapors are antimicrobial, antiseptic. And so that was part of how I treated this. And then what else did I do? And then I, of course, drank it as a tea. I used that. I drank it as a tea, and also I used it as a vapor for the nose. And that was how I was able to cure my sinus infection. Completely gone. An allergy is gone. Everything is fine. It was weird. You know what's weird is that when Passover hit, she stopped all the shedding. I think she gets a new coat right before spring because remember how bad it was and I was cleaning. So, hi everybody, by the way. This is kind of like we all get together and have brunch. There's 130 of us. This is really laid back, you guys. And this is a table. Welcome to the four corners of the world. We try not to be mean girls and mean boys. That's just not who I am. I have done it in the past. I have been cruel and divisive politically. But that is not what this channel is anymore. I just don't want to be engaged in these political debates that exhaust. You're not changing anyone's opinion. And so what my spiritual path has taught me is that instead of arguing, we need to just get on with our lives and demonstrate what environmentally friendly living looks like. Hire employees when you can, and get on with our lives. Vote with a conscience. Be an educated voter. But I don't think arguing with people accomplishes anything, and it doesn't usually change people's minds. It doesn't. Conversations, having open conversations where we're trying to understand each other, I think that changes people's minds. But anyway, so it's welcome to the four corners of the earth. We have one rule if you join us at this brunch: just be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. Of course, we have free speech. You're free to speak your piece. If you think that you don't like the current president, then, that's cool. It's just that we don't want to attack each other, libtards or repugnance or whatever. This is Come on, folks, we're adults. Do we really have to? It's just really embarrassing. Okay, that's my feeling about it. And we have Republicans here, and I've been emailed by some of those Republicans saying that they're afraid to speak. Like, don't do that to people. God, we're welcoming everyone. Let's just not be that way. Okay, we don't pounce on other people here. All right. So for those of you who want to join our book club, we do have you can talk about the issues that bother you, but we don't want to resort to name calling, and we want to just stick to the facts. This is why I voted for this person. This is why I think the election was stolen. Yes, the election was stolen. I think that there's so much data to prove it now. I'm just completely disgusted because now we have this. This has been going on since what? Bush Jr. stole it in 2000. Was it 2000 when he stole it? I'm surprised there isn't more outrage that our democracy is getting stolen out from under us. But anyway, I digress. So the point is that we can have these conversations without attacking people. All right. So the book of the month, for those of you who'd like to join us in our book of the month club, is The Sunny Side of Crazy. Isn't that the perfect for this place? This is written for by Trisha McCucci. Trisha, if you could reach out to me, Whimsy Anderson at gmail.com, so we can organize your interview with Chuck and I, that would be great. I'm very excited about this book for a number of reasons. I'm fascinated by consciousness. What is consciousness? Can more than one consciousness exist in the body simultaneously? Can two people harbor the same oversoul, like a soulmate or a twin soul, right? Where it feels that way sometimes, right? 6 personalities, 1 courageous daughter. And I just think it's going to be a great book. And I don't know if you've all read When Rabbit Howls, where she had something like 90 personalities, but it was absolutely fascinating because some of the personalities were from another time period. They existed in another dimension, in another time. And so it gets into kind of the metaphysical question, where do these personalities come from? And what is mind? How deep our minds can go, that our minds can construct things, the unconscious, trying to make the unconscious conscious, right? And what do we discover? It's as if our brains are up to something, and our sleeping world doesn't want our waking world to know what it's been up to, which is a metaphysical idea. Now, in Zoroastrianism, you have the god of night and the god of the day. So the good god brings the sun, and the bad god brings the night or the moon, right? So we have a split personality that's discussed in metaphysics, where you have a good side and you have a bad side. You have the good little girl or the good little boy that gets up early, forgets everything they did at night when they dreamed, or maybe when they were out at the club, right? They put on their nice outfit and they go to their job or school, and they present themselves as the good person. This is something that Freud talked about, Victorian society, Carl Jung. And then at night, out comes, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? Out comes Mr. Hyde, right? So, and this was something that a lot of people would talk about in Victorian society. I married a wonderful gentleman, but behind closed doors, he was entirely different. Yes, he was a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So this idea of compartmentalization happens with all of us, where we have to put on a role. We know we're putting on a role. We have to be a good girl or a good boy. But then at night, we put on our crazy wild costumes and we go out and we're Mr. Hyde, right? Here comes the Cockney accent, right? So what Carl Jung believed, he believed that this dark hidden parts of ourselves that we stuffed, that we didn't want to acknowledge existed. Lust, greed, cruelty, the subconscious things we do, the lack of self-awareness. It was all buried there, waiting to be explored by him, right? So you went in and you talked about your dreams. I think collecting our dreams, writing our dreams down is a wonderful way for us to explore these hidden parts of ourselves. Wouldn't you agree? All right. So it could be wishful thinking. It could be. I hear someone screaming. Excuse me. Oh boy, people are arguing about something outside. Okay, so listen. I'm hearing a lot of screaming outside. So what were we talking about regarding that? So wishful thinking. So we're now in Passover. We've talked about the energy of Passover. And we've talked about the fact that spiritually, what we want to be focusing on in the energy of Passover, I should say Passover and Easter, because both have the same phenomenon. But it's a very ancient idea that when this, isn't it nice? Somebody had commented that, oh, you're not coughing. Yes, I got rid of my infection. Yes, thank you. I also got COVID on top of everything else. Yes, it's lovely not to be coughing. So yes, so Passover and Easter is this idea of the death of the old ways. A lot of people would get baptized. A lot of people would be organized to have their first communions around now, which is kind of nice. So, and we've also talked about, it was interesting. I think it was the rabbi who had said that the dust in our home was the dead self. It was right before, we do deep cleaning, right? Easter, this time of year is when you really want to do some deep cleaning. But when the rabbi said that, there are pounds and pounds and pounds of our dead cells all over the house. So when you're dusting and when you're vacuuming, it's like the dead you. Isn't that crazy? I just can't get over that. That's such a deep thing to think about, right? So in the Catholic tradition, in the Christian tradition, it's this idea of resurrection. The body is dead, the old self is dead, and then comes this new person that leaves. The old ways are gone. They're never coming back again, right? And this inability to let the old ways go, like the people that didn't want to accept that Jesus had died. And the same in the Christian concept, you just got to let those ideas go. We're going into something new. Similar idea in the Jewish tradition, right? So we leave the old ways, we leave slavery, right? So we go from Egypt, from our slavery, our incarceration. The other thing we see in Israel is that a lot of people file for divorce. Highest percentage of divorce is after Passover. Why do you think that would be? Why do you think so many people file for divorce in spring? I filed for divorce in spring. The energy of Passover and the energy of Easter, like we said, is this idea that you're coming out of the things that restrict you or keep you from living an authentic life. And for some people, they may feel that their marriage is a prison or a jail, right? They may feel like they don't have the energy in the winter, and then spring comes up, they wake up and they slough off the old man, right? They have this resurrection, and it's 9 times out of 10. I was shocked. It was like greater than 60 something percent. It's in springtime. I also filed. I moved out. March 1st. Yeah, and filed in April. I didn't realize that I was responding to energies that, that I was part of something greater. Sometimes we think we live in our own worlds, and I just thought, oh, my marriage is over. We gave it a shot, etc. But then if you were to ask me years later, well, I felt like I was constricted. There were things I wanted to achieve in my life. I wanted to break free from certain things, even if it's the most wonderful husband in the world. It may not be even about abuse. It's a sense that one is trying to break free and go into something greater. And sometimes, unfortunately, a marriage will not survive that. In other situations, people have found that it enhanced their marriage. Mandy Patinkin gave an example of that, where he and his wife had problems, and then they used that energy to have this amazing marriage through that potential of, I want to break free and grow to a new place that I wasn't at when I met you in high school or wherever. And then your partner is either going to go along with you for the ride, yeah, let's grow together, let's see the world, or you're going to pass them behind. And it goes back again to this spiritual idea of the springtime. In ancient times, if we're talking, excuse me, if we're talking about, ancient Ireland, people would often go 30 days without food, 40 days, depending upon if you ran out of stores. And then the spring, they would break open the home. Sometimes they would have to burn houses also if there was diseases, and bury the bodies, and then spring would come. And it's the same idea. Oh, sorry about that. So, yeah, my stream is freezing. I'm going to just have to switch to 420, but I don't think it will, help. Oh, you separated in the spring? Yeah, it's like 60 something % of people file in springtime. Anybody here who's divorced not wind up walking out and filing around springtime? It's just, I think that spring is when people just want to get out. They want to be in life again. And I don't know what it is. It's like 60 something %. It's crazy. It's like something biologically happens to us in the spring. If it's when we go off to find another mate. Oh, you filed in the fall due to abandonment. That's a little unusual because fall is usually not the time. That would be a terrible time to get a divorce, the fall. That's when it's all hands on deck historically. Everybody was in the field cutting the grain. Everybody was pulling the potatoes out. You were maximizing your stores, and you needed everyone in the family working the harvest. So to file in harvest time would be like a nightmare from hell, because you'd basically be walking out without any stores, without any prep. What a nightmare. Yeah, so historically it was, I survived. I was with that man for 4 months. He drove me crazy. It's like May 1st, I'm gonna go have a hand fast. I'm gonna go find me someone else. I am out of here. Isn't that crazy? Oh, I know. We thought it would be forever, and it was just for a season. That's fasting. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We'll give you guys a collective reading. Oh my God, what a horrible, wretched person. Well, it reminds me of that science fiction planet where the world is destroyed, governed by women judges, an all-female judges, and they settle on a planet, and the function of males is to be breeders. Yeah, it was a science fiction short. And their punishment for the crimes they committed. Yes. Yes. Seeding them, creating a little pocket, and then forcing them to carry in a pouch these babies. That was the punishment on this planet. Oops, I am freezing, you're right. Well, it's getting worse and worse. I wonder if somebody started some electronic thing that really messed with it. It's not my box. My box is good. My stream is good. Okay, so if you'd like to, I'm not happy. No, I know. It's The Seating is the name of the short story. It scared the hell out of me. But my male friends who have read it, they said it was the biggest nightmare. Like after that, they became so pro-choice, which I think is the purpose of the short story, The Seating, is to make men real. Well, we're already there with women, right? We've got male courts forcing women. We're going to seed you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was great. Abbott and Costello Go to Mars. Yes, all that stuff is good. All right, if you'd like to receive healing at this time, go ahead and give us your name, and we will include you in our prayers. I'm wondering, maybe I'll have to move my computer. That might help, but I don't think so. I think it's this building. You know, I've got a building over here. You guys probably can't see it, but I think the buildings, I've got a bunch of buildings, and I think they're blocking me. Yeah. Oh, you think somebody in the stream, I have my own independent. I'm paying for my own independent, but I'm on channel 1 and they said change to go to another channel. And I don't know how to do that. How do I go to another channel? That's what the computer said. Perhaps you could try going to another channel. How do you do that? Can you hardwire your internet into your computer? I don't even know what that means. I'm using Chuck. Chuck works for me, and so I buy his computer equipment for the office. He and I own the same computer. He's not having. Yeah, he and I both got our computers upgraded last year. It's some kind of a thing happening here. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's go ahead. We'll give you an empath prayer. Yes, Ethernet. We have Ethernet. I have Ethernet and I have it on Wi-Fi. I have both. Somebody put in Ethernet. I don't even know what Ethernet is. What is Ethernet? I don't know anything. I know it says Wi-Fi and Ethernet both. Use Ethernet. Use Ethernet instead of wireless. I don't even know what that means. People are like, who cares? We want to get a empath prayer from Dr. Whimsy. Okay, Wi-Fi. It says I'm connected to the Doc Wims Wi-Fi. Connection is beautiful, no problems. Private Wi-Fi address is fixed. Low data mode helps reduce your Mac data usage. Oh, could that be the problem? Maybe try that. Okay, I might have had it on low data mode. That was something they said to change. Okay. I switched from the low data mode. Now it's high data mode. And then it also, you guys are like, you're killing us, Dr. Anderson. We want a tarot reading. It says the firewall is inactive because I turned it inactive to see if that would help. I've got the Wi-Fi connected at the same time that the Ethernet is connected. Now, is that supposed to be, am I supposed to be doing both at the same time? Are you supposed to do the Ethernet? Is an Ethernet cord. Is that the same as this modem thing I got over here? NS servers 70. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, I see. Interesting. What is this DNS server? What is that? Ethernet is best. Well, I've got both on. We'll never know. We'll never know, darling. Energy. Prevent automatic. Okay. Enable power nap. Okay. I don't know. Bubbalas, I know nothing. We'll figure it out, darlings. The day will come when we will figure it out. Am I in the same room as my Mormon? I don't have a Mormon here. Do I need a Mormon? You mean my modem? Yes, my modem is right here, darlings. Yes, my modem. Yes, my modem. How do people suck the bandwidth? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand how people do that. Coverage. It's updated. Looks like everything's updated. Yeah, the processing speed is good. Well, I'll figure it out later. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go on 420 in the future, and then we won't have this problem until I can figure it out. Something's going on that might, maybe you're right. It has to, but would they be playing games 24 hours a day? I don't think so. Call Geek Squad. Plug in directly, and no, I tried that, Rose Blue. It didn't happen. The Ethernet cord between your modem and your computer is cheap. Have Chuck. I already did put the Ethernet cord there. I have it. I'll try again fixing it. Oh. Ooh, thank you, Shivani. I have a cord. What are you talking about? I have an Ethernet cord. I'm just going to talk to them and figure out what I did wrong. I think I'll go to maintenance and maintenance will fix it. We have a computer guy. The truth of the matter is I need to just learn to ask for help and just have maintenance come and fix it. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, as a community, we say, Amen. And for those of you who are requesting a healing at this time, we come together as a community and we pray that you receive a perfect healing in mind, body, and spirit. And together, collectively, again, we say, Amen, Amen, Amen. May all souls be healed. All right, let's give you a collective reading. Again, apologies for the streams. Let me see if I can try one more thing here. Okay. Did that, let's see if that, I did one more change. I'm just dropping the strength of it a little bit to see if that doesn't help a little bit. Okay, so this is your reading for the week. May it give you the guidance you need. It is a collective reading for you and everyone else. If it doesn't speak to you, just go ahead and pass it down. It doesn't have to, if it doesn't speak to you, it might speak to somebody else. We think about the collective consciousness of Carl Jung, that Carl Jung speaks about, how we're all connected. And I hope you enjoy this collective reading. Okay. It's worse. Blur is worse. Okay, thank you guys. Any feedback is good feedback. Okay. Where you are at right now, your collective reading. Somebody with a toolkit, like one of those, somebody who just loves fixing things. That's what I need. All right, where you are at right now, the base of the matter for you at this time is that rest assured that everything will be okay. The grass is always greener somewhere else. People say, face with steam from nose. I don't know what that means. Thank you, John. So find out where your heaven is. A lot of people are saying, I can't take it anymore. I'm moving to Spain. And then after a while, you start to miss the United States. Like me, I missed root beer and Doritos when I lived abroad. Think about it. I went 12 years without Doritos. That's a long time to go without Doritos. When I first got back to the United States, first thing I did was I went and got nacho cheese flavored Doritos. And I was upset to see that they had discontinued the taco flavor. I mean, like, I cannot find taco flavor anyway. Anyway, the point is this. Your base card is the Six of Swords. Very auspicious. It means many years ahead are good. You have many good years ahead. So rest assured, you will be okay. Also, moving on. So it could be that many of you are moving on. You could be physically moving to another location, but it's a guarantee of good times. Good times lay ahead for you. Here it is again, travel. You know what? I'm leaving in 10 days, 9 days. Oh my God, I've got to get out the old suitcase. But you can see that beautiful travel card is moving into first position. Your karma card is a chariot. Many of you are on the road. And according to the Akashic record, go where your happiness is, go where your bliss is. You know, if you're not happy, you can always leave. You're not stuck. You should not view your life as stuck. There are ways that we can choose. We have choice, we have power. We don't have it doesn't have to be that we feel like we're stuck in any situation. This is basically the kind of card position. I just want to move this back a little bit here. This is the kind of card position of somebody who could be like moving on, somebody that could be moving out from where they're at. It's a lot of movement here. The crossing card for you is a great celebration. So travel, celebration, getting out and seeing the world a little bit, let things go that are not serving you, go where you are treated best, as they say. Seven of Wands is sitting in your third house. That could be an indication that you feel like your current life or your current situation is such where you're constantly having to defend yourself. If you feel like your current living situation is such, or your current environment is such where you're constantly having to defend your right to live, if it's becoming impossible, for example, to live in the US, you may find that it's better to move to a retirement home, a retirement life in some place like Puerto Vallarta. It's cheaper to live abroad, to retire abroad, than to live in the United States in many situations. Heavy winds of change and disruption in the past, but we're now entering into the time of truth. So Thursday is a major day for Republicans. Thursday is a major, I've got plenty of bandwidth. That's not the problem, Joel. It's disruption. There's a disruption. Thursday, there's a civil war that's going to break out. That's all I can tell you. This leads me to think that it's going to be another bad week of stock market crazy, because look, people don't care about the suffering of others necessarily who voted for this guy. I'm sorry to say, maybe they do, but civil war is breaking out on Thursday. That's what I'm trying to say, people. And I think people are done with this president. Something's coming up where they've lost confidence with him. He's now at 43% support. We're going to be great. I keep seeing the new green economy exploding, and everybody is like ignoring the old ways, oil, gas, and whatever. And everybody's running to the party of the new green economy, and all this money is being made and all this renewable fuel, and it's exploding with economic wealth. And it's like the dinosaur gets buried because there's no money, there's no excitement. It's not what people want. It doesn't present as sexy. Taking the weapons of war away from our enemies is the final outcome, which would suggest that we will take control over our situation. If there's something in your life you need to fix, fix it. If there's something in your life you're not happy about, fix it. If people in your life are toxic, remove them. The stock market is crashing again, by the way. So could you, if you pull out on Monday, or if you pull everything out, on Monday, by Thursday, it's terrible. You want to go back to your godparents in France? I don't blame you. You can see here in the coming weeks, you've got an 8 of Swords, which is red tape, opposition, tower, crashing, heavy load lays ahead, and 9 of Swords. It's not looking good for the future of the stock market. Who here pulled out of the stock market? So basically what they're saying is go where you are safe, go where you feel better, go where you can live your life in peace, avoid conflict and arguing with people. It's a waste of time. And that for those of you who have decided to go traveling or to move, it will go well for you. Many good years lay ahead. Travel is auspicious. Chariot with a 6 of Swords is quite auspicious because 6 of Swords is a 6-year period, smooth waters, traveling. And then also the first house, your 4th house was Hanged Man. You must let things go. And again, your first house is the Knight of Wands, which is to travel, get the hell out of here. So I feel like this place is slowly burning to the ground and people are shocked and are just standing horrified like, move, we got to get out of here. And we can't because we're just staring in horror as everything's burning to the ground. And what they're saying is get out. So if you have to disengage financially or get up and move, that may be auspicious. Well, I won't be here. I will be out of the country for a while, evidently. Ethernet is hardwired. I don't know what that means. It's a cord. Is it the cord that's attached to my modem? Yeah, I've got that. I've got Ethernet. Mm-hmm. The Ethernet cord, I've got it, and it's attached to this thing over here. Yep. That's what this is. Yeah, the modem. Mm-hmm. It's not working. Yeah, we've already established that the Ethernet is working. Everything's working. The problem is not the setup. Thanks, Joel. Clear all communicate. I don't even know how to do that. Oh, you mean in prayer? Okay. The whole condo apartment living situation. Yeah. The chat window. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're saying. The chat window doesn't obstruct it no, it doesn't. Maybe on a phone, but I can't help you there. Your YouTube app. I'm not using a YouTube app. I don't use a YouTube app on a computer. No, it's not any of those things. It's really quite simple. It's too much interruption. No, the router's not bad. All that's been checked. Everything is fine. My setup is fine. It's a disruption. I could try switching channels, but I don't know how to do that. He looks like he's 300 pounds. Oh, my. Okay. Continue. What is this Apple thing? Updating the account. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just going to ask maintenance to come and fix it because I've got a maintenance people. Will the mass demonstration next Saturday have an impact? You know, it may concern the Republicans because all they care about is power and retaining power. So let's take a look if leadership is affected. The High Priestess, the Empress, very auspicious. 6 of Swords and 4 of Cups. We are gaining power, and I would say that the Republicans are in denial, but being in denial could cost them the midterms because you can see that 4 of Cups. But look at our power, High Priestess and Empress. That's an incredible power. So you put Ethernet in every room. I don't even know how you do that. How would you put Ethernet in every room? You mean you have a modem in every room? I don't understand what that means. You guys, please don't try and teach me this because I'm too confused. Just come here and fix it. Okay. Final outcome is I don't see Trump staying in the White House. You can see death over the presidency, 2 weeks over. I don't know. What did this guy quit? Sometimes I swear he doesn't even want to be the president. He just wants to have power. But yeah, his cards are atrocious. Yeah, could indicate that he is not sticking around. Yeah, I don't know what is causing all my problems, but it's been happening. It's getting worse and worse and worse every day. I've got a cord here, and it's inside the computer, and there's a Comcast cable thing right over here. Yeah, I have no idea what people are talking about. Somebody from maintenance come and fix it. Yeah. That's the thing, people. Hi, Steve. Good to see you here. All right, darlings. So perhaps Amazon.com. So when you say Ethernet, you mean the Ethernet cable? What are you talking about? Yeah, this is what I have, an Ethernet cable. All right, you guys, I'm going to call it a day. Maybe he'll go to Saudi Arabia and won't come back. You still need to select Ethernet, Wi-Fi selected. If you go to Systems, Setup, it says Dock Whims Details, the Bluetooth, and Network. The network, Ethernet is connected. Using DHCP. Whatever that means. Accessibility. Didn't I find that once before? See, I've been doing this the last couple of days, trying to figure out what the problem is. Yeah, I don't know. I could go with, this is the internet. This is the internet supplied by, okay. That's that one. Right now, yeah, I'll do shows in Israel. Probably have a better connection than right now. So this right now is on the museum, on the computer with, now I'm on Fast Mesh. This is what I get with Fast Mesh. You can see Fast Mesh is even worse. So this is Fast Mesh. So Fast Mesh is even worse. And then I could go with connect through my iPhone. So this is my iPhone connection. So now you can see what it looks like with my iPhone. And you can see there's no difference. Now with my iPhone, it looks just as terrible. So there's no difference. I'm switching channel to channel, system to system, and it's horrible no matter what I do. Okay, now I'm going back to the modem, Ethernet, and this is Ethernet. Okay. I'm just proxies, auto proxy. What is proxy? Should I have any of these proxies open? Auto proxy discover, auto proxy. Should I do these auto proxies? What is auto proxies? Hardware, okay. Configure automatically. It's automatically configured. Standard 1050 proxies. Okay, I'm going to do automatic proxy discovery and see if that helps. Should I have the Bluetooth off or on? No, I need the Bluetooth on. The phone was better? Thanks, Sabrina. Sorry. Yeah, show is over. I'm just I got people's readings out. I'm sorry. I just don't know how to fix it. What's the Thunderbolt bridge? What is that? Should I connect the Thunderbolt? Thunderbolt. What's a Thunderbolt? DNS. TCP. Renew DHASP lies. What's a DHCP lease will cause any unsaved changes to be lost? Would you like to apply your changes? Could it be that I lost my renew, apply? Okay. Could it be that it has something to do with the Thunderbolt? What is the Thunderbolt? Joel, darling, I need you. TCP, renew my lease, apply. Okay, I think it might have been with a lease was lost. I'm learning here, boys and girls. Somebody who said to look at the Ethernet. You got something here. You don't think this is the best idea? Okay, kids. All right. Well, aren't you sweet? 254 people are here helping me figure out my computer problems. Okay, does that look better? I think it looks a little better, right? I think it looks better in a weird, sort of disturbing way. I'm wondering, so should I get a long Ethernet cable and maybe, okay, I should probably get like an Ethernet cable. I had an Ethernet cable, I got rid of it. And then I got another Ethernet cable. This one is it 10 feet or is it longer? Well, I'm thinking that might help me get away from this interference, because when I remote viewed it I tried to remote view to figure out what the problem was, and I felt like I was getting all this interference from these buildings. And if I were to go forward, it might, guessing. I'm inventing ideas here. Thank you, Wendy. I love you too, Wendy. Web Shiva. You guys are my friends. You put up with me. Every time I feel down on myself, like nobody loves me, I'm such a horrible person, none of my ex-boyfriends want anything to do with me. Like I always wished I could be someone's Elaine, buddies with no, they want nothing to do with you. It's like so sad. I just like, wouldn't it be great if we could stay friends with our ex-boy? It's a ridiculous idea, right? They were never our friends. Were they our friends? This is what we should talk about while you think I need, but this is my second Thunderbolt is the Jack. Jack? You mean like Jack and Chrissy? Their friend Jack? This means nothing to me. I'm sorry. All right, so listen, let's talk about Passover. Who had a lovely Passover? In an outside splitter. Oh, it's like learning medicine. There's so many new words. A splitter, a jack. Thank you, Joel. Well, be kind, my beloveds. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Yeah, for some reason, I take it so personally when ex-boyfriends don't want to be my buddy. It's like it hits me really hard. Like I don't want to sleep with them. It's like, we're not going to hang out and do coffee. What? But I'm your buddy. Not anymore, you're not. I think it's because I break up with them, but then I tell them what I think of them, and I wrong with them. And it's, of course, they don't hang out with you because who would want to hang out with somebody who, well, maybe that's part of the problem. I will figure it out, my beloveds. I will figure it out. This is solvable. They'll be back. The maintenance people will be back on Monday, and then we will get them to fix this. Have a blessed Palm Sunday. Have a Hag Sameach. In terms of my Seder, I just wanted to be alone, and I did everything alone. I didn't read the Haggadah. Because I knew the main points, right? I said my Kiddush, I said my Amotzi, I ate my bitter herb, and then I ate my Hillel sandwiches. Hillel sandwiches, which is matzah, a Whimsy's take on a Hillel sandwich, I should say. Whimsy's take on a Hillel matzah, shmura matzah. And then on shmura, which is like the round matzah, you're going to want to put a romaine lettuce, a baby romaine, the nice you could put the haroset first, which is the sweet apples and honey and walnut. You stuff that in there. And then on top, I make beet salad and I pour that on top. And then I put another matzah on top of that and I eat it. I had 6 of those last night. And I had six Hillels. I just couldn't stop eating. They were sizable too. And then we always have a boiled egg peeled in salt water. That's the family tradition. So I had one of those. I had gefilte fish. I bought some gefilte fish for myself with plenty of like it. And I made a kugel. So it was no meat, no I didn't do a brisket or it's just one person. It was just a gefilte fish and a kugel, a potato kugel, which and dessert was a pie Passover, which is kind of neat. It's actually really easy to do. You take matzah meal. You can make your own matzah meal. You can put sugar in it if you like, oil in it if you like, cinnamon, and that's your. I had a peach pie. I love gefilte fish too. So I had kugel. The kugel I made was more of a Spanish recipe, which is like a frittata, where I boiled the potatoes, cut them into cubes, and grilled onions, and then baked it with potato flour, salt, pepper, and so I had a very nice kugel. Yes. So I had a wonderful, wonderful Passover, and I enjoyed it very, very much. All right, everyone, be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. We'll see you next time, and I will do everything in my power to figure out how to fix this.